B's and G's, how's everybody? It's Aunt Molly. I'm back here for story time. I hope everybody's holding up okay. It's a little boring, I'm sure, being out of school, but I love you guys and I wanted us to share our story time together. And so, actually, we're going to hear the actual first story today, or however much I get to if I don't talk too much. But I looked for the doll I was going to talk about today. It was one my sister had made me, but I can't find it. I looked in this toy chest and I found some other cool toys from Maddie's childhood, but I didn't find the doll that I was looking for. So I'll try and look for her tomorrow. But today we're going to read some of the story, the regular story, and grandmother had to go back into the trunk, grandmother doll, but we still have Raggedy for this episode of the Raggedy Ann stories, okay? So without further ado, because I don't want to waste a lot of non-story time, I wanted to know if you have your crazy hat. Can you go put your crazy hat on for me? I have a crazy hat. I don't know if you're ready for it. It's great big. It kind of makes me think of a tortilla. Oh dear. I hope I can see to read the story. Good gravy. It's flippity floppity floopity. It's really great at the beach though. Let me tell you something. My daughter and I each have one of these. They're fantastic for the beach. Plus, glasses, check. Make sure, wait, gotta get the hat at a sassy angle. I gotta weed through the hat to get to the story. Oh dear. Oh dear, Raggedy says. What a pickle we're in. We're in a pickle with a couple of turnips on the side. That's what I have to say about that. Sometime I'll explain that to you. I'll explain it now. Okay, whenever I get frustrated, instead of trying to say something bad, I say turnips and pickles. And I say, what the pickles is going on here? What the turnip just happened around here? And it makes me laugh, and then I get over my, oh boy, this stuff is dusty. It makes me get over my mad. So without any further ado, what the pickles is going on around this crazy place, right? But we're going to read Raggedy Ann Learns a Lesson today. Are you ready, Raggedy? You ready? I'm ready. Okay. And then I'll show you the artwork at the end. Okay. Raggedy Ann Learns a Lesson. One day, the dolls were all left to themselves. Their little mistress had placed them all around the room and told them to be nice children while she was away. And there they sat and never even so much as wiggled a finger. They didn't even do that. Well, never mind. He has paws, kind of. Until their mistress had left the room. That means the girl that owned them, right? Then the soldier dolly turned his head and solemnly winked at Raggedy Ann. Can you wink? Who among you knows how to wink? Hat. You do this. You do one eye, you go like that. Can you wink? You can try? Some people can't wink quite yet and they go like this. It takes a lot of concentration just to wink one eye. So let's try. Wink. All right. I don't think Raggedy can wink because she has button eyes, but that's okay. All right, anywho. And he winked at Raggedy Ann, which is very sassy, by the way. And when the front gate clicked and the dollies knew they were alone in the house, they all scrambled to their feet. Now let's have a good time, cried the tin soldier. Let's all go in search of something to eat. Soldier toys were made out of tin back there, like a can, you know, as opposed to plastic like they're made now, because they didn't have plastic 100 years ago. How about that? Yes, let's go all in search of something to eat, cried the other dollies. When Mistress had me out playing with her this morning, said Raggedy Ann, she carried me by a door near the back of the house, and I smelled something which smelled as if it would taste delicious. Then you lead the way, Raggedy Ann, cried the French dolly. Oh, I should have said it like this. Then you lead the way. Wait, try it again. Everybody try to practice your French accent. Ready? Then you lead the way, Raggedy Ann. Well, that was terrible. Don't do it like that. I'm sure you're better at a French accent than me. Cried the French dolly. I think it would be a good plan to elect Raggedy Ann as our leader on this expedition, said the Indian doll. And I can't even. I can't even do an accent from India. I wouldn't even know. Never mind. I'm not even going to try. At this, all the other dolls clapped their hands together and shouted, "Hurrah! Raggedy Ann will be our leader." She says yes. So Raggedy Ann, very proud indeed to have their confidence and a love of all the other dollies, said that she would be very glad to be their leader. I hope you can see me okay. Maybe I'll turn on some light. Nope. Never mind. Never mind. Scratch that. Scratch it. I'll turn like this. There. Okay. "Follow me," she cried as her wobbly legs carried her across the floor at a lively pace. See, they're kind of, oh, she's cute, isn't she? My other Raggedy has knees. This one doesn't have knees, but I like her socks a lot. They're really cute. "Follow me," she cried as her wobbly legs carried her across the floor at a lively pace. The other dollies followed, racing about the house until they came to the pantry door. "This is the place," cried Raggedy Ann, and sure enough, all the dollies smelled something which they knew must be very good to eat. But none of the other dollies were tall enough to open the door, and although they pushed and pulled with all of their might, the door remained tightly closed. The dollies were talking and pulling and pushing, and every once in a while one would fall over and the others would step on her in efforts to open the door. Finally, Raggedy Ann drew away from the others and sat on the floor. Hiccup. Sorry. When the other dollies discovered Raggedy Ann sitting there, running her rag hands through her yarn hair, they knew she was thinking. "Shh, shh," they said to one another, and quietly went over near Raggedy Ann and sat down in front of her. "There must be a way to get inside," said Raggedy Ann. "There must be a way to get inside," said Raggedy Ann. I can read that a little better. "Raggedy says there must be a way to get inside," cried all the dolls. I bet it sounded like this. "Raggedy Ann said there must be a way to get inside," cried all the dolls. "I can't seem to think clearly today," said Raggedy Ann. "It feels like my head was ripped." At this, the French doll ran to Raggedy Ann and took off her bonnet. "Yes, there is a rip in your head, Raggedy," she said, and pulled a pin from her skirt and pinned up Raggedy's head. "It's not a very neat job, for I got some puckers in it," she said. "Oh, that's ever so much better," cried Raggedy Ann. "Now I can think quite clearly." "Now Raggedy Ann can think quite clearly," cried all the dolls, in a voice that only dogs could hear. I added that part. "My thoughts must have leaked out of the rip before," said Raggedy. "They must have leaked out before, dear Raggedy," said all the other dolls. "Now that I can think so clearly," said Raggedy Ann, "I think the door must be locked, and to get in, we must unlock it." Okay, so that's where we're going to end today, because I want to show you a couple of the cute illustrations. Can you see my face? I'm taping this a little earlier than usual, so I didn't, that itched, that fuzz itched. I'm taping this a little earlier, so I didn't turn all the lights on like I usually do. But it doesn't matter, because we're just trying to have fun and have story time together. That's the whole point of this whole thing, is you and I to still be connected, and for you to know everything's okay, and for us to have story time together. That's all this is about, right? So I'm going to show you a couple of cute pictures from the beginning of the story. Now, I like this story quite a bit because it has quite a lot of nice, well, really quite beautiful watercolor 1920s illustrations. So that's Raggedy with all the dollies lined up, you see. Oh no, that's the girl with all her dollies lined up. Marcella is the girl. I forgot her name for a minute there. Hey, if I make a mistake or don't know something, I'm going to tell you. Oh, we have 30 seconds left. And then this is Raggedy feeling her head and the French doll trying to help her with the soldier looking on. Okay, well, that's story time for today with Aunt Molly. Next time I read for you, I'm going to have the lights on and everything. I love you guys, and hang in there. We'll talk soon. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.